What is going on, everybody? Hello, good evening, and welcome to episode 11 of the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK. I am your host, ReddersTV, and joining me tonight, we have I Am a Ghostbuster. We have our special guest, Stubz Gaming. Not on my OBS, it isn't. Stubz Gaming. And this letdown here is TheGinna Gaming, who is currently off making a curry, because he is that professional. How is it going, gents?
Good, thanks. Thanks for inviting me on. It's nice to be on a podcast, and it's shocking people that you've managed to convince me to come on the podcast before 10 p.m. So well done.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Ash, how are you doing, buddy? You good?
Not too bad today. We're rough this morning, but I'm here. I'm ready to go. Got me drinks, so yeah, let's do it.
Have you eaten before the podcast?
Oh, I eat tea at about 5 p.m. because I eat with my kids, so I let ages go.
And
he's here with his curry.
Here is TheGinna. Jinna, how was your week and how was your naan breads?
It's always good to be prepared. That's the key thing about podcasting, right? Make sure you're good to go, you're prepared.
I hope that's the mic between you, fucking.
For my OnlyFans.
So, what have you gents been up to? Ash, you go first.
Game-wise?
Yeah. Tell us what you've been playing.
Bug Snacks. I've put a lot of hours into Bug Snacks this last week. I can't talk about it because I'm under NDA, but I have been playing that. I've put about 10 hours in so far. There's a review going live on release. I think it's Thursday it comes out.
28th,
Big review.
I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Thursday.
I think Thursday. So it's a big one. It's one of my bigger reviews because I've put a lot of time into it. I've really delved into everything.
This is the first time you've been embargoed.
Oh no, it's about the fifth now. But
fair.
it's really annoying because I really want to talk about it, but I can't. I can't tell you what I think of it. I can't tell you what's in it, even though it's the exact same game that's out on PlayStation right now. So
yeah, that's fair. Anything else?
That's about it, really. I started playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla again. I bought the DLC cheap, and I haven't actually started the DLC. I've just been playing the rest of the game that I'd still not finished. So
yeah,
they're my two mains. I haven't had enough time to play anything else really, bar like odd review games and stuff. So
cool.
Nothing of note.
Stubz, what have you been up to, my good friend? What have you been playing?
Oh well, very disappointing actually. I haven't been playing anything recently. Really, sorry about that. I need to start playing games.
Halo.
No, I haven't. It's installed. But someone advised me that not to. I said, should I have a go? And they said, well, you might as well wait till the new season drops.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I've not been playing. I'm trying to get more into it. Recently, I've just been falling asleep at night, so I've got to try and get back into gaming.
Yeah,
I have.
I'll tell you what, I was saying this to the missus the other day. You know you're getting old when you start looking forward to bed. I've noticed I've started looking forward to bed now. I'm officially getting old.
Yeah, it's definitely true, that is.
So, Jinna, what have you been playing when you haven't been making curries?
I've been trying some different this week. Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, try that.
Nothing you've never played before. First time player, innit?
Yeah.
First time player in both. I thought I'd dip my toe, see how it goes. Yeah, enjoying them both. They offer a lot of depth.
Fair enough.
I tried to get this weekly one for the Halo one because it was one I actually wanted for once.
Yeah.
And I had to go into the office this afternoon and work. And this morning I thought I had a bit of time before work and I just slept in. So I missed it. So all that time on the weekend was wasted. I had one challenge left and I slept in. It was my own fault.
Fair dues. I'll tell you what, I was watching your Godfall stream the other day,
Mm.
and actually,
Oh yeah, I've been playing that too.
actually looks really good, doesn't it? I might actually get that for myself. It's one of those games that I always wanted to play, but it was on PlayStation, and then it come to Xbox at a time where I didn't have any money to buy it, so I will
It's
pick it up.
definitely a journey when you play it, because every time you load it up, you're like, I don't know if I can be bothered. There's quite a lot of stuff to faff with.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
after half an hour, you're beating the crap out of stuff and looking like a superstar. And you're like, actually, yeah, it's pretty good. It's
And
pretty good. It's fun.
You can catch the Ginna stream on the Xbox Live Party Podcast channel, so if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. You've been playing anything else, Ginna?
I don't know. You're going to remind me of another game I missed.
Actually, I can't think of anything else you've played. Nothing I've seen
think
you
that's
play
it.
anyway. So I've been playing. Oh, I've been playing a bit of everything this week, and I played some Minecraft yesterday. You can also catch that on the stream. Cheap plug. Also been playing Smite, of course, because that's all I seem to play these days. What else have I been playing? Oh, I just downloaded Stardew Valley again, so I'm gonna go back to playing that this week. I've got a thing for base building games at the moment, so yeah, I'm gonna try and enjoy them. I think that's about it really for me. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna try and get some more streams on the channel. Possibly Friday. TheGinna's got another stream going up on Thursday night. I believe he's streaming from 8:30. Is it, or 9 o'clock? I'll let you decide.
It is.
Cool.
Definitely one of them.
So make sure
You're just making it up.
make sure you swing by and check those out. Let's have a quick look in chat. We've got Thimber, we've got Darren, we've got TheGinna, even though he's here, and we've got Ash. So yeah, thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to give the video a like and a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's get into topics. So first topic tonight, we are going to talk about Outriders Worldslayer, which was secretly announced. I say secretly, it was like a surprise drop. No one was expecting it. So yeah, what do you guys think of the new Outriders Worldslayer?
Yeah. I've not played Outriders yet. It's one of those games that came to Game Pass at a time when I was playing everything else on Game Pass, so
Yeah,
I haven't played it properly. So it looks cool, and I like that the DLC is coming to Game Pass as well.
yeah,
So at some point I will play it, and it's always nice when they chuck the DLC on Game Pass.
yeah.
There's been a few games getting the DLC added to Game Pass recently, which is nice.
Yeah, apparently if you have the Game Pass version of the game, you can upgrade to the expansion for free, but it's not staying in Game Pass. I think it's leaving after like a few months. So
That's
there
how they
is...
get you, though, isn't it? So you've got the DLC. You're going to want to buy that game. So
I'll tell you what, I'm actually... Sorry, go on, Jenna.
I would say I've actually played Outriders.
Yeah,
I played the full campaign. It's actually quite a fun game, especially if you can get on with friends. It has, I'm sure I've ranted about this before, the worst ending that makes no sense of a game I've ever played, where everyone celebrates an ending that wasn't the mission you went off for, and there's people thousands of miles away who can't possibly know you're anything to do with what's going on. Celebrate going, he did it. It's like, that's not what he set off for. You have no idea what this is. And the bad guy who teases the bad guy the whole way through isn't the bad guy, and then a new bad guy turns up 2 levels from the end, and you fight him like 3 times, and then you kill him, and then he's still alive in the final cutscene.
Yep.
Other than that, really good game. So I can't wait for this next storyline to not make sense. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I actually really enjoyed the base game, but it had that problem where there wasn't enough content at the end to keep me gripped. So I literally played it until I got all the achievements, and then I just didn't bother with it anymore. So the fact that they're adding a whole expansion, I'm all for it. I can't wait. Stubz, what do you think?
Well, Outriders was a game that I remember at the time. The whole Xbox community were hyping this game out of the world. They were this AAA banger. Then I played it, and I realised it really wasn't. The problem is, it probably is a good game if you like that kind of game. Years ago, I used to be into game on the PS4. I used to be really into Destiny 1, which I think was better than Destiny 2. But I got out of them kind of games. But I did try at the Outriders on the Game Pass, as you might as well, because it's in there.
Yeah.
And because people kept referencing, oh, this is like Gears. So I thought, this is not like Gears at all. But I can see why people suggested it was like Gears. Because People Can Fly made Gears of War Judgment. The one game, if you ask any Gears fans, they will tell you it's the worst one.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's not better than the originals.
Yeah.
But to be fair, this is their first game. If you look at it, this is their first game since Gears of War Judgment.
Yeah.
So they missed two. If you look at, I might be wrong, but did they miss 2 generations? They didn't release a game in. That's a long time, isn't it?
Bulletstorm was theirs, but that was 360 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's the first game in 2 generations. So I've looked at the trailer. It looked very interesting. I might jump. I might try and see if I could get back into Outriders. But the problem is I have is them kind of games I struggle with nowadays because you get the kids coming in and out, and it's not a game you can pause. You'll die. I kept doing that and kept dying. So it does look very good, this new trailer. And there's loads of content, but obviously you've got to complete the base content to get onto that content.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't done any of that. So I might try and give Outriders another go, but it does look very good. And it does look like they've made a conscious effort to improve everything. There's new tiers, there's new progression systems. It looks like they've really put some work in to try and make this game work.
Yeah,
So hopefully it does. You know.
I think they said with this one as well, you can jump into the new campaign without playing the original.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can go straight into it, which is good. It just gives you.
I might try that though, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. The problem is, like you said, people said it was like Gears, except if you try hiding cover on this game, you get absolutely massacred.
But this is why I thought that. I'm a Gears fan.
Use cover to reload, but you've got to get out of cover as soon as you can and then run at them. And it's a game where you have to keep moving forward, whereas a lot of people try to stay in cover and then you just get murdered.
Yeah. That's one of the things I actually did like about it, because you couldn't just play it safe, get behind cover and pick shit off. Like, you kind of had to get in the action, and that was one of the biggest things I actually did like about it. You do get wrecked pretty badly if you try and stay in cover, which is great.
I did feel for them with that game, because that game, obviously, we all know what happened. They brought the game out, and then I don't think they had enough support from Square Enix on the support side.
Yeah.
Square Enix did try to pull it dirty, though, didn't they?
Well, they did, because the problem is the deals are done with the publishers, not with the developers. So there's nothing they could do.
Yeah.
So, but
they didn't even give them the servers, though, did they? The servers couldn't cope, and Square Enix were like not bothered.
Well, that's what they need. Servers, games like that, they live and die on games. Servers, bug fixes, all that crap you need. 100%. Otherwise, you're dead.
If you bring out that kind of game and the servers aren't ready and can't handle it, and you can't log in,
exactly,
people are going to lose interest like that. They won't stick around. It's got to be ready.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
If they're pushing out betas and like open betas for these, and they still can't get the servers to a point where they can cope. I mean, especially you got to think, like, going on Game Pass, a lot more people are going to play it than you would expect because it's free on Game Pass. So you've got to have the servers ready if you want that game to survive. It's that simple.
Well, they best be ready for this new drop, because now the last number they announced was 25 mil. So I'm not saying 25 million people are going to try it, but you probably get a few million people try it, so you best be ready.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So,
BMG in chat, cheers for dropping by, buddy. Appreciate you being here.
Apologies to everyone in chat having to watch me eat curry, but we're really professional, and I timed this to perfection.
We do strive for professionalism on this channel.
Yeah, lots of professionalism.
I have a chicken madras for those interested. It's pretty good. It's pretty good curry. Yeah.
So that pretty much sums up everything to talk about, really, about Outriders. When's it out? Next week, isn't it? Is it out next week? I believe it's out next week. So yeah, you got that to look forward to.
I will download it.
Yeah. Worth it, mate.
It's a game I played through with 2 of my brothers, and I'll probably do the same again. Sorry, guys. I'll just blast through with them and do the full campaign again. Yeah, I can't wait.
It is good. It's good fun. It's very linear, but it is good fun. It just needed more in-game content for me. That was the only thing I let it down.
Yeah.
So look at these
and less loading screens. Walk 2 foot, open a door, fade to black.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that episode of Rick and Morty where he's reading that script from that guy. Fade to black. On the street, fade to black.
Yeah. So yeah, that pretty much covers that topic. This is going to be a good one. This might start a fight between Ginna and Stubz, and even Ash. To be fair, this could be a good old 2v1 debate. Halo Infinite Season 2 opinions and discussion.
Bag of shit.
I'm going to sit quiet on this one and just let you guys duke it out. Go on, have at it.
I can't believe. Like, I understand that they're not going to give everything at once, but they did that roadmap, and they've now said, is it season 2 is going to be 6 months long?
Yes, 6 months. So your next drop will be. I've got the
November?
photo up. November 8th, season 3. That's a long time.
Yeah, and in season 2, they just say co-op may come. We're targeting August for co-op.
Yeah, target. Yeah.
I just want to say, right, last year, you can go back on the podcast, before Halo Infinite launched, I said, there's no way in hell co-op's going to be out in 3 months. And everyone's like, it should just come out. It'll only be a couple of months till Halo co-op comes out, and shut up. And you know who you were. We had guests. I saw who said it. We had people on Twitter saying you're not real fans. It's only a couple of months delay. August is nearly a year since Halo Infinite launched, and we're still not going to have co-op. And if we do get it, it may not be ready to go. It may be a beta. And then there's only 2 bloody maps. So it looks like they've extended season 2 for 6 months just so they can say, well, we did say season 2 for co-op. So that gives them like as long as possible to try and make it work. So I'm like Duncan Bannatyne. I'm out.
Point to Ash. Ginna, your debate. Let's go.
I did a video the day before the roadmap came out, looking at what they'd unveiled. You can watch that on the channel and look how naive I was. So the new game.
You need to do a follow-up.
Yeah, the new game modes look great, right? 2 maps isn't enough. I think what they're doing now is, by extending the season, they're waiting for Forge to come out, and they're hoping the community will make the content they can't and carry the game.
Oh, here we go. You just said that.
I know. So the new game modes look great. There's a lot of game modes coming. They should have been there already, and it shows they've had these ready to go for a while. They've set an arbitrary date for themselves where they're not going to release until, which is, there's been people screaming for content for months, like literally screaming if you go on Twitter, and they've just sat and gone, no, this is the date is coming. We can't drip feed anything out to them like a live service, which is what they're doing. So there's some new game modes. There's a lot of people saying, I'm done with the game. They're going to turn up in the first week or 2 of Season 2 to try out Last Spartan Stand in the new game modes. They will. I'll get Ash on there. Don't worry, he's doing a charity stream. So
for charity, I'll do it. But you're right, though. They'll come back slightly, but then you'll play those 2 maps in 5 minutes and you'll be done.
There's going to be the new Battle Pass, which people are grinding. There's going to be these new game modes. It might click with people. There's going to be a month and a half, and people are like, do you know what? This is amazing. We were wrong. And then no new maps are going to drop, because they said they're doing these ODST drops, where it's an update every month in different scale. I don't think it's going to be maps like people are hoping. It's going to be small bug fixes and little bits of extra events. And then it's going to get stale for most people again, and they're going to be like, right, I'm going to wait till next season, which is unfortunately another 4.5 months away at that point.
I'm telling you now, mate, those ODST drops are literally going to be cosmetics that you can purchase. I bet you anything. Yeah. They're not going to be anything significant.
This narrative-driven multiplayer mode they're doing seems interesting, but there's only 2 over the whole that they've announced so far over the whole 6 months. So if they're really good, that might spark up an interest. That and Last Spartan Standing and that Vampire Oddball sounds amazing. The rest of it is just stuff that should have been there. So, and 2 maps there has to be more in these drops. Otherwise, to only release 2 in a year is pretty fucking bad.
Just saying though, if there is more maps coming and they're on about dropping them later, they're stupid for not saying it. They don't have to tell us what the maps are. Just say more maps or a map in each drop. We don't have to know about it right now. We just need to know there's going to be some before season 3, because otherwise, because it says on the season 3, I think it says in season 3 it says maps.
More maps. Yeah, more maps.
Yeah. So that sounds like no more maps for season 2 and like 2 maps.
In, August, September, you'll be fine.
Yeah, the thing I can't work out is they have 600 staff. 343 do. I mean, obviously, you got to think of people's health as well, obviously. But is everyone catching up on their holiday currently? That's what's going on. Everyone's catching up on all their holiday.
Well, they released the beta, didn't they? And then they all fucked off on holiday for a month.
They literally did.
Yeah, but it's fair enough. But the problem is 2 maps. I mean, 600 staff. And then now you've got this company called Certain Affinity now getting involved. helping do more multiplayer work. I mean,
I'm glad they're involved. They're awesome.
I'm not a developer, but I wouldn't imagine that working on maps would take any more than a team of 20, if that.
It's not the modelling and stuff. It's more the balance. Like you've got to make the maps balanced. Although I think some of the Infinite maps are very balanced, but you could. I'd rather play an unbalanced map and have a different map to play right now than the same like 5 on repeat that we currently get. And some of the maps are great, and it's a shame because like, I keep saying Halo Infinite is the best playing Halo game for multiplayer. It feels great.
Yep.
It's just repetitive. We'll play for an hour and you've seen everything for the maps. Do you know what I mean? The new game modes are interesting, but even then, new game modes don't make old maps much more exciting. It's and there's so much content. They could just pump out like Halo 5 maps. We just up-res them slightly and pump them out.
This is one of the things I wanted to say is they've got Halo 5 and they've got Halo MCC that they're pumping out more content for than they are. But they're still doing it. Like the last month, they've had more content. You need to reach a stage where you go, right, we're a live service. This is our game going forward, and this is where we want people to play. Those games are in a working order with a shed load of content. Pull the plug. Just say, right, this update's the last update. Everyone's moving over to support Infinite.
Yeah.
Move all those teams over and get all that. Because they're banging out monthly cosmetics, new maps, new game modes every month for those other games. Mm-hmm. But their live service game, you've got to sit there for 6 months and hope they drop something. It's so backwards that you just like pull the plug and go, right, you guys are nailing how to do a live service model on our game that isn't live service. Come over and help us.
Yeah. So what? Last question, what does campaign mission replay mean? Is that a mission?
You can't replay at the moment. If you play Halo,
God, really?
You can't go back and play another mission. There's no mission select. It literally drops you into the open world. So if you miss a score in the first game or the first level, you have to restart the game to go back to find it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's shit for achievement hunters as well at the moment because you have to full replay.
Wow.
You know what?
Damn.
I'm going to say it again. I've said it on this podcast a few times. That fucking game was not ready. It should not have released. It was not ready. They literally got to the end of last year and they're like, you know what? It's the 20th year anniversary. We've got to get something out. Here,
but they hate to. Yeah, I hate to bring it up, but they got a habit of doing this because they rushed Gears 5 out for the launch of to do a launch experimental project of launching it into Game Pass. They rushed that because that wasn't ready. Yeah. They do the same for this because it really was. If they would have missed that date, they would have missed to celebrate, their anniversary, and that's literally why they done it, marketing.
The thing is, right, Halo is arguably one of Xbox's biggest assets, and yet it's becoming one of Xbox's biggest jokes. 6 months is too fucking long, especially for 2 maps and a handful of game modes.
Yeah.
Don't they research Fortnite? They need to look at Fortnite and think we need to go.
That's why they're doing. That's why they're getting that other team to do it because Fortnite is just one big map. We don't need to keep making maps.
I agree.
That's it.
But although Fortnite, they do keep things. They do keep things fresh. I mean, it is one map, but there is. If you look, there's like 20 plus different modes you can play. There's all sorts on there. You don't have to love it, but
you might up red as you're being told, just to let everyone know.
I just saw it.
This
mic is really shit. It'll either be really loud or really quiet. I find it really difficult to find the balance on it.
One of the issues you've got, right, 343 have launched every game in a broken state, and they just haven't learned from their mistakes. But they end up making a good game. MCC's class now, Halo 5's good now. A lot of games have done that in the past, but I think people are fed up because when Halo Infinite launched, Battlefield launched broken, COD launched broken. Halo was the one that actually worked, and everyone was going, Halo's the best shooter that launched this year, which it was. The problem is the other games are slowly getting updated and patched. Halo hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Now we got an issue where it needs content, but they're setting these dates for themselves and these deadlines. And the stupid stuff that they did where people said, we want the storefront where you can break down the individual items to buy and have more stuff. And they said, the way we've built the engine and designed the storefront is we can only have one page at a time, so that'll require a complete overhaul.
We won't take many staff with brains.
This. No one over the 6 years they made it went, what if people want more stuff? Like on Fortnite, you can scroll up and down. Can we do that? No, they'll only want one page. It's fine. That's how live service works. You have one page, honest. That's it for a week. One page of cosmetics.
It's true. But I think this Forge open beta September target, although that will provide them with content, they shouldn't need the community to provide them with content because they've got.
No.
So if you've got 600 staff roughly within 343, so you've got certain Infinity. I'm guessing working on Halo, you're talking probably about 1,000 plus staff working on this game in the end.
If you pull them off MCC and Halo 5, yeah.
No, I think they should pull them off Halo Infinite and Halo 5. Put everyone onto MCC because it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Beast that up. Start bringing all those other Halo games. The twin stick shooters, Halo Wars. Get it all into MCC. Fuck Halo Infinite. It's had its chance. Put it down. Get a cattle gun in it. Put it out to pasture. Give us more MCC content because it works.
MCC was open for 2 years and they wouldn't even acknowledge it.
And it was still more fun to play campaign wise. I could play it co-op slightly. I can't play any co-op with Halo Infinite, and it's not Halo without co-op, in my opinion.
Raised a good point where they said Microsoft need to get the guys from Rare to show them how a live service can work. But that was similar to Halo when it launched, where everyone was saying there's no content, there's nothing to do, and they have turned that around amazing. So if they're not speaking to Rare about how you turn around a potential live service game, they are idiots because everyone loves Sea of Thieves. Now everyone praises Sea of Thieves, but when it launched, my God, it was slated. Yeah.
Rare aren't very good. Although Sea of Thieves is good now, it's like Everwild. Everwild will probably have troubles because they're not very good. The old days of Rare are gone, where they were very good at making games. Now it's a service-based style game, and it's an incredible game now. But it wasn't. But Everwild, I don't even know if they know what that game is.
It got rebooted, didn't it? Like a year or two ago now. So it may get showed at some point. So
I think.
But it's like what you were saying, Ash. Sorry, that concept you've got there of chuck everyone into and sort Halo Infinite out. It's exactly what Activision Blizzard did with COD. Right, shut them all down. You work on Call of Duty.
Into the Halo mines it is now. Well, that's what they're doing. They've bought Activision. All these poor devs are crawling out of the COD mines thinking they're finally free, and fucking Phil's there with chains to put them back into the Halo mine.
I've built curry on myself.
He's like, what do you want to make? He's like, what do you want to make, studio? New game. Halo. There you go.
The biggest middle finger, though, is they literally came out, a month ago and said, we understand the community's losing their patience. Okay, cool. Then you announced Season 2 for 6 months. 2 maps for 6 months. A handful of game modes for 6 months. And all the while, we're waiting for Season 3. The store's open conveniently. You can buy all this extra shit. And it's like, no. Like, you're taking the piss.
I will give them that.
That's going to be the grindiest season pass, though, isn't it? Because it's got to last 6 months. They're going to make it like you're going to get like 1 XP a game.
Yeah, you thought this first season was slow. You wait till you see Season 2.
I will say something though. Halo have looked at Gears 5. They've looked at their monetization methods with the skins, and they've actually beat them. They're more expensive than the Gears skins they have. Because in the end, Gears sorted it out. They've actually got an in-currency game where you can earn coins and it's quite good now. If you play it all the time, you can earn coins and buy skins. The esports skins you have to borrow real money, but they've sorted it. But Halo, obviously, you're going to get the argument there. Oh, well, Halo's free to play. It's fine. That's what they say.
That's not an argument. They made it free.
I know it's not an argument, but that's what everyone will say.
I don't even care for Halo Infinite. I played it for about a month when it first came out. But it angers me, that there's so much disregard. It's like a big middle finger, to the fans. The only thing at the moment that's keeping Halo relevant for me is the TV show, and not everybody loves that.
I like it.
So yeah,
I will say.
Oh, they are doing some crossover though.
Gameplay-wise, finally, 343 nailed it, right? Because Halo 4 played like COD and people disliked it. Halo 5, they went the complete opposite way. We're right. We're going to make something that isn't Halo. And then Halo Infinite, they're like, right, we'll stick to our roots, but we'll add a grappling hook and a tiny sprint, which isn't too fast where Halo 5, where it was bullshit. You start shooting someone and they run and you're like, well, I'm not getting the kill now. You've ruined how Halo works. They actually nailed gameplay. They just, forgot the other stuff that you need with it.
Like content.
That's the one, yeah. Other than that, nailed it. Spot on. But I've stuck like 160 odd hours or whatever into it. So
the
I'm
problem
not
I've got.
to ask.
Wow.
You
problem
just see
is
the
that-
same maps over your eyes all the time.
Oh, I know those maps.
The
Trust
problem
me,
they've
I know
got
those
is
maps.
it's annoying because the problem they've got is with these Xbox studios is they've got this hands-off approach. Now, that's fair enough for studios that are coming in and they've acquired, like, what's the one that made Psychonauts?
I forgot the
What's
name.
that studio?
Double Fine.
That's the one.
Double Find. Well, he's got an awesome studio. He knows exactly what he's doing. His staff are all happy. Now, hands-off is fine, but not all the studios. Some of them studios need hands-on. It needs sorting out. A lot of the studios need sorting out.
I like the fact that these studios don't have that hands-on approach to some extent.
Good.
Because it allows for creative freedom, you know what I mean? They can make the games they want to make, but they need to make them in some sort of fucking record time. Because at the moment, I mean, Redfall's been delayed possibly to November. No idea when Fable's dropping. No idea when Forza Motorsport's dropping.
I can tell you.
Literally no
Hot
idea
take.
when any of these
Next
games
gen,
are
mate.
dropping.
Next gen.
It'll be here before then. I reckon it'll be here next year.
Hands off, I agree with you, allows creativity. But what I've seen is certain studios need the hands off because they are in the sense of obviously they still need to be greenlit. These games are not like make what you like. Phil has to go in there and say, I like this, or that's crap. It ain't just we make what you like, but certain studios
gave a blank check and let them make whatever they want. But most,
another one.
Yeah, but do you? I'm sorry, that sounds very good on the record, but do you really, in reality, believe that? Because I don't.
I'd love it if someone. What I want to make is a game where you're a potato and you have to fight off worms. And the thing, and you went, yeah, go on, here's 100 mil, make it happen.
They have literally made a game called I Am Bread. Like, someone will do it. There's a shower with your dad simulator.
AAA from the Coalition. I Am Bread. Best bread you've ever seen, Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, facts. That'd be good. But the thing is, I think it needs some kind of approach where they've got to cut it right. There's some studios that need to be hands-on and off.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I don't know what Matt Booty does because some of the studios are looking like a mess. He's headed Xbox Game Studios. What is he doing? He's letting 343 run amok. In my opinion, this would be a really hot take for GinNa. Go in there, top level management, middle level management gone. Replace a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll get hate for that. But something's going on there.
Well, they had to go get Ash is on mute, so I'll say what he's about to say. They had to bring Joseph Staten in, didn't they, to sort
get rid of him.
We were in a state to help us set a direction. I think Bonnie and Frankie is time for them to shoot. So they've messed up many launches. I'm sure that's Ash was going to say.
Yeah, basically they already got rid of a couple of people, but you're not muting yourself when you do that, Redders.
Again, Redders.
That's wonderful. I do apologise. I clicked the mute button, nothing. Alexa's being a little bitch. Don't worry, it's fine.
You're trying to be professional. You're eating fucking curry live on air next. Jeez.
And I'm muted, talking to myself.
I wonder what's going on,
I
man.
honestly thought I was muted because the little icon here said muted. Oh, that's a fucking shit.
Well, it's alright. I put my headset on. I've got my thing here, my clicker, but it was because I'd unhooked my other mic because it was being a pain. It had gone to my laptop one. I didn't even realise. So
Oh, you muted again?
No,
Put it again.
That's what I mean, though. I'm doing that now.
Oh, right.
But I was doing that previously, and then I realised that it was still showing green around my little box here, saying I was talking. I'm like, what's going on? And it's because it was going through my laptop audio. Yeah.
OBS does nothing.
Goddamn
apparently.
Quan.
Oh, it's because it's Discord, isn't it? That's what it is.
I still haven't met a single person who likes
You hear me
Quan.
now?
I hope they
Oh.
put all of the
You can't hear me
content
now, I take
people onto making that Quan hairstyle
Alexa,
for Halo Infinite
set
Spartans.
living room
I will
light
go
orange.
back and play when that is like the skin you can
You
get.
just reminded me. One of the ODST drops in Season 2 is a tie-in to the Halo TV show.
Oh.
It's going to
They
be
can
like
turn
a
that
really
into-
bad. It's going to be a badly skinned rifle or something like that, or it's going to be a little dangle of Master Chief's pill or something.
you know-
Or
No.
You know they're going to upset people, don't you? They're going to change Master Chief's voice for that
It's gonna be Quan
crossover
of
instead
the
of
hill.
TV
Good.
actor.
good.
It's going to be the ones you want. It's going to be Quan and the pervy doctor. They'll be the only two characters they'll bring in. The two that everyone loves.
But yeah, I hope that the DLC is like the tie-in. It's just Master Cheeks. That's what I want.
Cheeks.
I want to run around as Pablo with my arse out in multiplayer. I would play that shit.
I want an armor suit that has the cheeks exposed. So you can just see the master cheeks. That's what I want to see. That's what I'll pay for.
Why don't they do that? Like Fortnite makes a killing making stupid skins that people like.
Oh mate, they
I
release
know
those
the fanboys
the
will
internet
rage,
went
but I would
mental.
rather see stupid. Like I want to see like a Christmas Santa hat and a beard on a Spartan armor. Give me that. I am a sucker for stupid shit like that. I always go out and do the Christmas stuff in like MMOs and other games just so I can dress like an idiot.
Oh yeah.
And then I leave it on all year. So
I agree.
Just to answer BMG, Quan is the most annoying character in the Halo TV series.
No, in any.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of which
In
one
any
Quan
TV
is.
the girl who have you watched any of it, Stubz?
I've watched 4 episodes.
The spoiler, she's the girl with the really bad haircut that Master Chief saves in the first episode, and then she never leaves.
Now
she's
I know
just
who
like a bad rash.
Now I know who you're on about.
She gets worse.
My God, she's awful. Yeah, I hope she gets killed off like soon because I'm done with her. I'm literally done with her. I want more Kai.
She's there
Give
to
me
make
more
the show
Kai.
cheap. We've discussed this. She's there to make the show cheap. If you've only got like 10, 20 million a show, which sounds like a ridiculous amount of money to make 30 minutes of content, you need to film it in a desert with someone with a buzz cut, and that's how you keep the budget down. You get sand ninjas, and then jobs are good.
Ninjas, that's it.
So that pretty much wraps up everything about Halo, unless you guys can think of anything else.
I would like to say, because I mentioned this on Twitter, they need to look at what Ubisoft have done with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, I know people don't like
Halo.
No, not in the gameplay sense, because I know some people don't like it, but the way Valhalla has a regular content drop. It's had 3 paid DLCs. It's had multiple mini free updates in between that. It has seasonal updates. They added a whole new game mode where you walk around pretending to be medieval and stuff and all that jazz. Like you're a Viking, it teaches you about stuff. And they've added loads of new stuff. Like in one of the updates coming soon, them adding an armory. It doesn't really do much to the game, but you can display your costumes. But they're adding it, and they add new little bits every couple of months, like a month or two. They add, even if it's only small, they'll add something new. And to say isn't that isn't the live service Assassin's Creed game, it's a very good live service model. Plus, it's got a paid store and a free store and all that sort of stuff. So, they should just copy that.
If I may, Halo already has an armor hall, a paid store, and a free store.
Yeah, but it doesn't have content for the actual game. That's the difference.
Well, it doesn't have stuff in those bits, but it's there.
But like I said, I know you guys don't like how Valhalla plays, but you can't knock it for how they've been pumping out
a ton
of content.
Valhalla. I hate.
It's just not
an
Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that pretty much sums up what we think of Halo. So before we continue, I want to give a couple of shout outs. We've got the Indie Gamer, we have got Darren, we've got BMG, we've got someone else I've missed who
Thimber.
Thimber, we've got Thimber in chat. Cheers for turning up, guys.
Gamers Watch.
Gamers Watch, that's the one. I knew it was there somewhere. Cheers for dropping by, guys, and showing your support. We appreciate it. But we are going to get on to our next topic, which, if I can find, is Tales of the Borderlands is getting a sequel. Now, I never played the first one, so this isn't really relevant to me. But
it's just a Telltale's Borderland game.
Now, I will jump in here. I don't know much about it, but Telltale are not making this game. Gearbox.
Telltale doesn't exist anymore, though, so
yeah, but
it doesn't really matter.
So actually, you wrong there. Telltale was reinstated under a different company. It still exists.
It's not the same Telltale though. Like half the properties they're owned by different companies, like the Skunk Ape, which is actually who makes the Sam and Max games now. They own they bought the Sam and Max IP from Telltale or what was left of it. Yeah. But that is set up by 2 of the people that formed Telltale originally. So I find that as like more of a Telltale than the new one. But they're all good. Like I say, the new Telltale games. They've done a good job on what they have. They've been doing they're doing there's one based on an Amazon TV show or something that looks quite nice. But if as long as it plays similar to the original, apparently it's got a new cast and characters, which makes sense. They can maybe theme it around like some new characters or some new settings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as long as it plays like a Telltale game, like in that sort of episodic story-driven content, I'm fine with that. And I can't focus because I just keep seeing GINNA going.
He's eating his curry, isn't he?
Yeah, just. I'm like, is he going to drop it down himself? Is he not?
He
Does he
is.
want to bib?
I've
the
dropped it
marathon.
about 3 or 4 times so far. Very difficult.
I'll tell you what, I love the confidence of GINNA, the way he just sat there eating his curry, so
mate.
confident.
You should see when he's got like a glass of wine in his hand. He looks like a right sophisticated gentleman.
You know what you
He's
mean?
got one.
No, but Tales of the Borderlands, I don't really know much because I haven't completed any of the Borderlands, any of that. I don't know anything about it. Only
Tell you
thing,
what,
I looked it up, there's no trailer, it was just an announcement, weren't it, that it's happening? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
they haven't shown anything. It was just sort of like it's coming. So
It seems
I'm
to be a
happy
thing
though.
now, doesn't it? A lot of companies they stopped doing that, and now a lot of companies are like now just announcing games, just like years before now. They stopped it, didn't they? And now they've all started announcing games early now.
Yeah.
It's because none of them have got content, and they're all like, we need to sort of fill that hole.
Yeah. That's probably might be it.
I hate press release announcements. Oh, at least give us a trailer, a CGI trailer, even better than just not even a logo.
I will say the original was my second favourite Telltale game after The Wolf Among Us, and slightly above the original Walking Dead. Just a marginal, and that's technical. Very,
Have you played the definitive Walking Dead they've brought out?
Mhm.
But I like how it brings the original ones up to the same art style the later ones had, so they all look the same all the way through. I thought that was quite nice. But
See, I'm
Yeah.
a massive Borderlands fan, but I can honestly say I never bothered playing Tales of the Borderlands. I don't like that story-driven. I like to be able to do stuff, you know. I don't like just pressing button prompts as and when it tells me to. That's not really for me. So this is
Redders don't like a game. There you go. See, it's not Smite. I don't want to play it.
I don't want to play it. No,
I'm not running around pointing a stick at someone to heal them. I don't want to know what it is.
But no, I'm not against it. It's good to see that they're trying to make Telltale games again, in some kind of form. So yeah, any new game is a good game.
Can they bring a new Jurassic Park one out? Because that's the one I never played I cannot get on the Xbox because it's only out in America nowadays.
Why not just switch your country of origin to America?
I was about to,
I tried that and it wouldn't let me buy it for some reason. I tried buying it on the store and it was having a fit.
You
So
might need to buy dollars.
buy it on a VPN. Or not.
I might have to have a try because I own all of the Telltale games, physical, all the originals like Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, all of them, Borderlands, the 2 Minecraft ones. But the only one I didn't get because I owned it on the PlayStation, which I've still got, is the Jurassic Park one. But I want to get the achievements for it on the Xbox, and it's not available over here. And it's like £70 to get it imported on disc, and it's not a good game. It's one of the worst Telltale games, so I don't want to pay that much for it. So I will have to have a look at maybe VPNing it at some point off the because it's available on store. They relisted it and stuff on the Xbox store.
What it does is because a while ago, my mate's in tour and he gifted me Cyberpunk, but Americans can't gift people UK games. So what he did was, so I had to go on. He bought it on the American store. So on Mobile Opera, you can go in and change it to America. But when you redeem it, and then all of a sudden it will appear in your game library.
Yeah, I do. I've done a lot of games from other continents in the past. Not like. Let me just be clear. This is against the terms of service.
It is, but it's something I think that they should change because if you want to gift somebody in America or vice versa, you should be allowed to and pay the necessary taxes required. I believe on Steam you can gift anybody anything in any country. I'm pretty sure you can. So if they can do it, why can't Xbox?
I assume it's a licensing issue, but still.
Can you not get it on CD keys?
Not for Xbox. Not for Xbox. That's the thing, which is really annoying. I'm gonna have a look now.
Yeah, I try to buy all my games on CD keys. You can get like codes for
Good
America and
deals,
shit.
very good deals.
Very
Good
good.
deals on Game Pass as well.
Yeah. I bought a few Argentinian games. They always work.
Argentina.
There are,
Hey,
game clips.
I've got Evil Dead from Argentinian, the region, and I only paid 15 quid for it for the deluxe edition. So
Nice.
can't go wrong at that.
They don't have a lot of PlayStation stuff on there because I think there's something with PlayStation Store codes. They just can't. They don't stock them. But you can.
They don't do digital codes anymore on PlayStation, so you can't buy
Oh,
and
okay.
gift them for people.
But yeah,
When they did the show on the weekend, what's his name, Wandering Dutch did that indie show on the weekend.
yeah.
He was doing giveaway codes, and people kept questioning why there was no PlayStation games, and he said because they don't let you buy and share codes anymore. They
Yeah.
That's
control
strange.
But you
That's very
can
strange.
get Xbox codes and PC codes on CD keys,
Yeah.
and they're often a lot. Well, they're always cheaper than what you would pay for them on the store itself. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool. Also, you
And if
can
you do
get
game
codes
share-
from different countries as well. So if there is a game that's out in America that you can't get in the UK, you can often buy a code for it on CD keys. Sorry, Jenna, go on.
If you do game share, where you set your console to your home console elsewhere in the house, so family can share games and stuff, it still works with CD keys. So once you download that digital item, it still allows you to share amongst all your home consoles. It's not
Yeah.
like any different to the Xbox store. It works exactly the same.
Yep. So yeah, that pretty much covers the Telltale story. Not really a lot to say, really. Which brings us to our next topic, which is one that TheGinna can actually take over and deal with because it's his thing. So yeah, take it away, Jinna.
So Hive Busters, eh? I'm joking. No. 2nd of July this year, I'm running my third 24-hour game marathon for a charity called Ring 20 Research. It's my wife's cousin is the reason I know about this disorder. It's a rare genetic thing where one of your chromosomes, the 20th one along, develops in a circle instead of an X or a Y, and it causes severe fits at random intervals. So over the 11 years now I've known him, when originally he was having, up to 200, maybe more sometimes, fits a day, he's now quite controllable. This charity has helped us so he can now live away from his parents. He's like nearly 30 now. He lives with a flatmate. They have a carer who stays with him, and he's got his number of fits right down and controlled. I think I was explaining to Redders actually the other day. I was on a Zoom call with him, and you could see when he starts to drift. And you just got to kind of get his attention. They used to give him pints of Coke, Coca-Cola, and it would kind of bring him back, and you've got to keep him focused. It's bizarre how it works, but it's like a rare genetic disorder that they're trying to research more, and it's becoming more well-known in the States and the UK. So we're doing 24-hour gaming, 11 a.m. start through to 11 a.m. the next day. There's a group of 7 of us doing it together in the room. So it's going to be very hot and sweaty on the 2nd of July. And then we're opening it up. I've put invites out. I've spoken to people like Stubz about him and potentially people from his podcast joining some of the games. Obviously the XBL guys. Yeah, and it'll be really good. It'll be 24 hours. Anyone can join. So we're opening up Warzone. We're hoping to get like 50 people in, and we can do our own private battle royales and stuff. Halo, obviously season 2 will have dropped by then, so who knows what we'll be playing. The limitless. Forza Horizon 5. There's a whole list of games that I need to send out, so I'm going to start posting soon what games are doing what times. And if people are interested and you just want to join and game with us, you can do so. But if you want to donate as well and help the charity raise money, I think there's a link in the description.
Yeah, I've put a link in the description of this video, so if you do want to help out and you do want to show support, you can click on that and give it any support that you want. So yeah, it's all there.
So the last 2 times we've done it, we raised, I think it was £1,000 the one time and about 1,500 another time. So we're looking to get, bigger, hopefully get, close to that £2,000 and help them raise some money. But yeah, it's a really good cause. Like seeing firsthand how it impacts people and how they've managed to change it. They literally changed his life, this charity. Beforehand, he was fit all the time. He's a big PlayStation guy, so sorry. But he used to play FIFA. He tried to play a lot of like Tomb Raider stuff like that, and it would really impact on his ability to do so because obviously you're having regular fits and what have you. Whereas now you can actually sit down and play and get a good amount of game time in between them, and yeah, it's really helped him.
Awesome.
Sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Charity and event you're doing, Ginna. That's really, really good. I hope I'll be able to jump in on some games with you for that.
Unfortunately, Gears is not on the list because
Don't worry about that.
Series S, you have to worry about hard drive size, so it didn't make the cut. We had Sea of Thieves last year, and somehow, or not last year, the year before when we last did it, and it caused arguments. So Sea of Thieves isn't back this year. Try to keep charity fun. Although I will quickly plug myself and say we've had 2 FIFA tournaments, and I am the 2-time FIFA champion. So I'm looking for a hat trick this year. So
yeah, that pretty much covers it, doesn't it? Is there anything more you want to add to it? Or?
no, I think there'll be more coming up on the channel. I'll do some videos explaining more about the charity. I think I'm going to try get Dale and do like an interview with him so he can explain it from his point of view as well. But yeah, 24 hours gaming is. I think one thing I will say is a lot of people when they hear I'll game for 24 hours, it seems easy. I've done it twice.
Oh, I bet that ain't.
It takes days to feel normal afterwards. Like the first time I did it, I showed you to a picture. I shaved my hair when I got home because my hair was annoying me, and I looked like a really bad chicken nugget that had been dropped on the floor. My head was lumpy everywhere and awful.
He really did look like a chicken nugget.
I did.
I'll tell you what, I'm too old for that now. I get to like 1 o'clock and I'm like, oh, I want to go to bed. I'm too tired. My eyes hurt. I'm that old.
Yeah. I'm like that when they try and play with it. Then like Fabio and Slayer on at like 10 and they're like, do you want to play? And I'm like, probably not, no.
So yeah, if we can just give a shout out to Luke Steele for appearing in the chat. Cheers for dropping by, dude. We appreciate it. We've got 12 people watching. If you could
hit
give
that
this video a like and subscribe if you're not already. And we do keep the content coming regularly on this channel, so that's awesome. So Ash, the next few topics are yours, I believe. Let's take a quick look here.
I can't remember what they are, but yes.
PlayStation has set up a new preservation team at VGC.
Yeah, something came up today. Someone had posted that they'd been given a role in some preservation team. There's not a lot about it, but it's a good sign because, like I say, PlayStation's backwards compat hasn't been fantastic. Like I say, there's no PS3 backwards compat on the last 2 gens because the PS3 was an absolute beast of a machine to program for and stuff like that. It had its own sort of system.
Yeah, it was made by the NVIDIA Cell chips, weren't they? That's why they're notoriously hard to develop for.
So I'm hoping this means they're going to start bringing out more retro games. Like the PlayStation has the best back catalogue of any console. No matter what people say, the PS1 and PS2 have got some amazing games. So why don't they start relisting them on the stores? And like I saw the other week that a lot of the PlayStation Classics you could buy on the PS3 and 4 had been locked. Whether that was a permanent thing or an accident, I've not ever checked up. I didn't care that much, but that would be annoying me if I bought a digital game and they went, actually, we're locking it away now, so you can't use it. So I just hope something like this is good for PlayStation sort of preservation. I love classic PlayStation games more than the new stuff.
Yeah.
And it's never a bad thing having a team just behind preservation. Look what Xbox did with their backwards compat team and stuff. Admittedly, I don't think that should ever have been ended. I think that was a mistake. Hopefully Xbox sort of reboot that in the future, give a new life. Yeah. But it's still, like I say, it's still a positive, no matter how you want to spin it. Do you know what I mean? So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, any opportunity there is to preserve games, I think people should jump for it. I mean, I know that PlayStation were very, we don't believe in all that right at the start of this generation, which got them a bit of heat, didn't it? And Xbox were very much for, preserving back compat games. So it's good to see that they've changed their stance on backwards compatibility. Hopefully, I mean, like you say, PS1 and PS2 have some of the best bangers in gaming. So yeah, it's great. Yeah. It's great to see that they're going
Tony Hawk's.
Yes.
Tony Hawk's.
I'll tell you a game I used to love, Siphon Filter.
Yes. Well, that's been linked for a remaster, hasn't it? The first
deserves it. That was a great game.
Yeah, excellent games.
Yeah. See, that's great. I'm all for it. What do you think, Stubz?
What, for siphon filter?
Nah,
Or for the preservation?
Both.
It sounds all good. Anything that can bring older games back so you can play them, because let's be real here. If you want to play backwards compat, you've got to have the PlayStation Now service, which you should be able to have.
That is a bit.
You should be able to play. You should be able to
down on
play them like you do on Xbox, but it looks like they're trying to work on it, but there's really no detail. So we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe I don't know what to say really.
Yeah.
I can imagine it. I can imagine this is linked to their PlayStation services.
Yeah, I hope it's not just that. More like, to be fair though,
Yeah.
they've probably seen what Nintendo were doing and being like, "Ooh, we can just pump out like 5 new games a month, retro stuff
Maybe.
that we've had tons of. Upload those
Maybe.
ROMs quickly, lads." Do you know what I mean? But to be
But
fair, Nintendo literally do that, and everyone's like, "Yay!" Nintendo could come to your house, murder your mother, and you'd clap them and pay for it. I don't know why people do it. So,
Right. I mean,
I hate it when
It
they
is-
lock libraries behind a paywall. It's wrong, in
I
every
do.
sense.
I do hope it is that they're trying to do what Xbox are doing with the backwards compatibility. That is the positive thought. I hope they do, but we'll have to
thing is,
just have to wait and see.
the-
We will.
They've already shown they
The-
can put it behind that paywall. They won't go backwards because people haven't called them out on it in their own camp.
But that's
But
where Xbox get
as
it right.
negative
You
as-
don't need to pay to play back compat games. Like
Yeah.
you can play them, if you haven't got an Ultimate or a Game Pass subscription, you don't need to sign up to anything to play your back compat games. You just stick it in and play it. So they're always going to have that edge until PlayStation say, you know what, you don't need to pay.
I don't think they ever will, and I don't think they'll get enough pressure to do that. I think if they literally turned around, look how popular this new PlayStation Plus is, because they've said they're going to put Vita games, not Vita, PSP games on and stuff.
Yeah.
All they have to do, it's the same with Nintendo. Nintendo are the worst people for locking away their games. I mean, they literally delisted like the Mario game remasters, so you can't even buy them on their store. But they get away with it because they're like, once every so often they'll do like a ROMmed version of Mother, and put it on the whatever it's called. What is it? Nintendo Switch Online. So
That
they get away with it, and I
reminds
think
me-
that's what PlayStation's going to do, unfortunately.
That reminds me of something else we were going to talk about. Sega delisting Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and Sonic and 3, Knuckles, and Sonic CD.
We should link that in also with the
do you know why
absolute
though?
joke.
Do you know why though? Because the remastered version's coming.
But that's no excuse to stop selling the originals. That's the
I agree.
problem. And the fact that then with these remasters locked things behind a paywall that shouldn't be behind a paywall. Who buys a deluxe edition of a game to get menu animations? What's this shit about?
Ridiculous.
What
I want
to know-
like soundtracks or some bollocks.
What I want to know is how the fuck do you remaster an 8-bit game?
Because it's getting rebuilt in like better resolution. They've basically rebuilt the entire
Tell you
games.
what, right? If
But it's still an 8-bit though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's just in a
If-
better engine
if
and
they had
better
come out-
quality.
If they had come out and said, yes, we're remaking the games in the same animation art style as this animation that we're including with it, I would have been all over that like a fat kid on a cupcake.
It's strange though, because Sega don't normally do this kind of stuff, do they? Am I wrong?
It's the people who did. Now I don't know if you follow Sonic games. I play quite a lot of
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
There's a guy who did Sonic 1 and 2 on iPhones and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
Did
they
he
were
use
amazing
Sonic
ports.
Is he the
Yeah.
guy that done Sonic Mania? Yeah.
So they started with the phone ports, and where they've got like full widescreen support, they've got extra features. Like this one, you can play Knuckles in all of the Sonic games. You can play Tails in all of them. You can't. It's not just the original characters.
Yeah.
But it's built in the Sonic Mania engine, I believe, which is a form of the Sonic engine or something. I'm not into it like that, but it plays the same. It's just it looks better, it runs better. There's different. They've added like animated cutscenes and stuff to the games by the looks as well for
Yeah.
story, which is cool. Similar to the Sonic CD ones that had, and that had amazing cutscenes.
But if the actual games look like those animations, I would go, yes, I'm all for this. Because those
Yeah,
animations
so-
are beautiful.
Yeah,
But
sorry,
that's not what you
everyone.
want, Sonic. Though you want the classic Sonic. It doesn't need
Just-
changing.
It needs to be like
Just
Streets
for
of
the
Rage
chat,
4,
I
man. It
apologise.
needs to be like Streets of Rage 4.
It's sorry about that. 16-bit. Why did I say 8-bit? I do not know
I think it's
why I
8-bit.
just said that.
Yeah, I thought it was 8-bit.
No,
know, man, that was a long time
Master
ago.
System was 8-bit. There was a Sonic on the Master System. It was dog though. So
My
But it
fault,
does look-
lad, sorry.
it's late. It's late. But it does look like there is changes. There's like an anniversary edition with like slightly different things in it. Like say you can play as Sonic, Knuckles, or Tails in all of the games, which is something you couldn't do originally. There's the animated cutscenes. It does look fantastic. It's got widescreen support. It'll run at, I think it said 120 FPS, which will be like smooth. But it shouldn't
It'll be
be
like
40
what?
quid. It should be smooth. That's all they want. It should be a 20 quid bundle, especially when they're bringing out that Turtles bundle, which has like a bazillion games and it's not even as expensive.
It's mental.
What's weird is
Yeah.
Go on, what were you saying, Stubs?
It's $32.99, isn't it?
It's
That
far
one
too
was being
much.
remastered.
Jesus.
And it really is. It should be like 15 quid.
See, I get why they want to make money on it again, but why the fuck delist the old games?
To force you
Yeah,
to
it's a
buy
bit
the
of a-
new one.
It's dirty, man.
Because
Yeah.
because
It's
the
really
old
dirty.
ones, you can buy them for like a £5 each,
Yeah.
not 40 quid. So they're money hatting it. Like this is the 700th Sonic port now. Like Sonic 1 and 2, I own multiple times. It's on the Mega Drive Mini. On the Xbox, it was on the 360. It's in that Sonic collection, the Mega Drive collection. It's on everything. It's on the Switch. It's
I'll tell you
it's
what I
been
would love
ported to
see.
death.
I'll tell you what I would love to see. I want to see Sega take the old games that we remember, you know, Shinobi and Golden Axe. I want to see them bring them back to life. I don't want to see remasters of games that came out 30 years ago. This is me personally, by the way. This is my own opinion. I don't want to see remasters of 16-bit games. I want to see new Golden Axes and new Shinobis. I mean, even that I used to play a game called Dizzy's Amazing Adventures. That was fantastic. Bring that back. You know, bring back the classics and make them new. Don't just.
They did that with Golden Axe and it was shit.
Yeah, but then
They
give it.
did
Give
it
it
with
to
Streets of
someone
Rage
else.
recently, and everyone loved it.
Streets
That
of
game
Rage
was
4 was
fantastic.
fucking brilliant. If you haven't played it, go and play it. 'Cause I believe
Yeah, but
it's
they did
leaving
that.
Game Pass.
They did a modern classic Sonic called Sonic Mania, and it was awesome. It's an amazing game. Like it is the best Sonic game probably since Sonic 2, in my opinion.
Sonic
Like-
Racing is good as well.
Oh yeah, Sonic Racing, amazing game. The first two, the third one is dog. Don't play the third. Don't play the team one. It is shit.
If you haven't seen the movie,
So-
by the way, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, go and watch it. Absolutely incredible. Best movie.
I need to watch the first one.
Best
Yeah.
video game to movie
amazing.
adaptation they've ever made. So
Yeah.
good.
I'm taking
Toe
my
Jam
daughter
and Earl,
Sunday
yes.
to watch the second.
Earthworm Jim, that's another one. Bring that back.
Yeah.
From Jim's getting a 4th. Well, it may get a 4th if the Amico ever comes out, but it has a number 4 announced.
You
Oh,
little
don't
fucking
you get them
Amico.
fanboys going with that Amico talk?
But it technically does. There is a 4th one in the works by the original team. So
And Indy's
or
right.
some
You
of
can,
them.
you can probably already play Sonic on Steam with the
Yeah.
FPS.
Yeah.
But these are new versions. They have been rebuilt. It's in a different engine. They technically are remade. There are improvements, but the price is shocking.
Yeah.
And what's annoying is Capcom, the day after, are bringing out a fighting game bundle, which is also overpriced, but at least you get more than 4 games in it. But they're not even doing anything to that. They're just sticking it in borders. Like, they don't give a shit. They're just like, copy paste that ROM onto that disc,
Yeah.
and that's it. And it's yet again, half of it's Street Fighter. Capcom made so many amazing arcade games and stuff, and it's always Street Fighter.
Is that Street Fighter? Because I heard something about a Street Fighter, one of the old Street Fighters, where it never actually got released. And they managed to get hold of the ROM off the computer, and it's been released. Or has been released.
I've no idea. I've no idea. They need to bring out AVP on something like an actual console, not on the fighting stick thing. So
Print in as many Street Fighters as they want, as long
Do
as
we
it's
know
on
what's-
Xbox.
Yeah.
Do we know what's
Fucking buy
happening
it,
with the
right?
next Street Fighter yet? Is that coming to Xbox?
no, they've not even
That's
said.
That's
They've made
the
Ryu really
PlayStation,
wide
isn't it?
though.
They
That's
have.
all we know so far.
And he's in sandals. I think like one of the biggest complaints I read about that trailer was that he had a big dick. Like, that was one of the. That
Yeah,
was one,
he was thick. It was hung.
I would be honest.
I was
From the way I would say that Street Fighter 6 will become a multi-plat because when Street Fighter 5 launched, Capcom wasn't in a very good financial position, Now they are. They've Sony fully funded Street Fighter 5, but now Capcom are in a very good financial position. I would say that they don't need Sony's money and it'd just be a multiplat. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell them now. Like, there's no need to skip it anymore. They probably offer more in Game Pass money,
Maybe. Yeah.
Ooh. I'd like to play a Street Fighter. It's been a long time since I played Street Fighter. To be fair, it was like
I never got into
was
it.
it 4? I like
tried.
the X Tekken one. To be fair, I thought it was quite fun.
I was always a Mortal Kombat kid. I just didn't care for Street Fighter. You either go one way or the other, don't you? You're a Street Fighter fan or a Mortal Kombat fan.
It's
Well,
normally
you can play both.
Yeah, it's normally Tekken or Street Fighter. You'll find divides people.
Scorpion
Tekken's
was
better than
murdered
Street
by you,
Fighter.
let's not kid people.
Wash your whole mouth out.
Tekken 3 is the pinnacle of fighting games. Oh no, I
It
say
is
that
pretty good.
Tekken Tag Tournament, you get that bowling mode when you can knock the people out in the crowd. Oh, I loved it. But
Tell you
Tekken
what,
3,
I've got
amazing.
nothing against Tekken. I used to love those games.
Yeah, everyone likes Tekken.
There hasn't been a good Tekken game in a while, though, has there? I think
No.
7 was the last. 7 was the last one.
7, it had like £700 worth of DLC, Tekken 7 or whatever it was. They just kept pumping it out. There was like character pass 1. It put Smash Bros to shame. There were so
Yeah,
many
Bob.
character passes and
Bob.
costume passes and everything passes.
Did it pay off? Do you know or
Oh,
not?
I've no idea. They kept pumping them out, so someone must have been buying them.
Soul Calibur is amazing. I do
No,
love
that is
it.
true. Soul Calibur, Dreamcast, yes.
I got a
Very
lot
good.
for Soul
It
Calibur.
was.
Not as good as Street Fighter 2.
Soul
but,
Blade, as
yeah.
it used to be called.
Soul Blade, the first one, Soul Blade.
Yeah.
I do like Soul Calibur because it's cheesy
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're just over the top. But I don't think it's that great a fighting game. It's all
Mitsurugi,
right.
That's where I was at. I used to wreck with Mitsurugi and Voldo. Voldo
Yeah, but
was
back then-
Voldo is like
stressing. Yeah, yeah.
It's
amazing.
He's the
It
gimp
has
of
a
crazy.
course.
type of bounce physics that you don't find in games anymore.
Bounce
Yeah.
physics.
But back then, fighting
I know
games were
it's what
actually
you're
a big
referring
thing.
to.
They're not now. They're quite.
Don't get enough
They're
of them,
niche.
that's why.
Very niche. Yeah.
Yeah, niche.
That's why.
But
need
Mortal
to bring more back.
Kombat sells quite a lot. I believe some of their games have hit 12 million sales. So
To
that
be fair though, Mortal Kombat was starting to die a slow death, wasn't it? Until they made the remake. Is it 10?
So they went really
10 and then 11, I
Yeah.
think, were the last two. They were good.
10's
And
awesome.
they put like Rambo in and stuff like that. I mean, who doesn't want to play as Rambo and stuff?
That's
Yeah.
what I loved about
Which is-
Soul Calibur. You always got those like special guest characters. I met the
With Vader and
Vader and
Yoda.
indie gamers just said bring back virtual fighter.
Virtual
Yeah,
Fighter.
Yeah,
like
Virtual
me.
Fighter.
yeah.
And Clay Fighter as well. That was class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what they need to bring back? Simpsons Wrestling, because clearly we all
Yes.
need a sequel
Yes.
to that bag of
Yeah.
shit.
2 games: Simpsons Wrestling and Simpsons Hit and Run. Remake
I think
those pitches.
Muppets made a
They're
good chance.
amazing.
They're the
Why
ones
haven't they done a
who've gone for-
Simpsons collection?
I know.
Like they've
That
done
money
that
just
Disney
sitting there.
collection. Turtles. There is a lot of money. Like there's so many bad but also funny Simpsons games.
I
and
believe
stick
Simpsons
them all
Hit
in a
and Run-
box.
Simpsons Hit and
Disney's
Run is
missing
the
out there.
most requested remake of all time. It's been
I think
requested
it'll
the
happen one
most.
day.
It should really. You think
Honestly.
about how much money they'll make.
I would buy it again if they just released it with achievements and like HD. Like, don't you have to change the game? Just make it so it runs on a like widescreen. Stick achievements in. I'd buy it because it's not the best game, but it's so fun. And
Yeah.
what they should bring back is Virtual Springfield. That's the best one ever. Where you just walk around Springfield doing nothing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I can say though, as someone with Street Fighter tattoos on him, with pure impartiality, Street Fighter 2 is the best fighting game of all time. I own
Nerd.
the miniatures tabletop fighting game based on that, where it has those levels, and it's the best. The character models just fantastic.
No.
It's iconic. Every
No.
other fighting game
No.
copied the template and tried to run with
No,
it.
it
after.
didn't.
No.
No, it
It did.
didn't.
It did.
No.
I would
Although
tell,
King-
I will tell
King
you
of Fighters
now,
is pretty good.
hand on my heart, Mortal Kombat characters look cooler, they act cooler than anything on the Street Fighter roster.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I know you say that.
But I like Mortal Kombat.
There's a Street Fighter game with Kylie Minogue, so that wins.
That was a video. That was a movie.
No, they made a game
They
of
made
it
a
as
game
well.
of it. I didn't know that.
They made a game of the movie. There was an arcade game of the movie with them all in it. Like do you know, like the old Mortal Kombat's where they had the human, they'd scanned them.
Yeah.
It was
worked,
like
did
that.
Never
It's
worked.
amazing. It's so bad. It's like they literally just had to reskin Street Fighter what they already had, but they didn't. They made it worse.
Yeah.
But it's still worth playing. If you ever find a copy or download a ROM of it, it's just worth playing. It looks cool, but it's just bad.
Can we,
Nah,
speaking of old Sega games and stuff that need to make a comeback, can we get Pit Fighter? But can we make it like, you know how it tried to look really realistic 2D scans of people in 2D environments? Can we do that? So keep it looking like that, but it's all 4K. It's still 2D, right? And just it looks incredible. And let's do that. Maybe you can get The Rock in there.
Cool
The Rock
shit.
will do it. He'll take his top off and grease up for a bit of money. Job's a good one.
There's loads of cool shit they should bring back.
I will say as well, the PS Plus thing, I think locking back compat behind a paywall is awful.
Yeah.
But if they announce Jonah Lomu Rugby, you know I'm going to be there.
I really want to get the PS Plus thing just because of the backwards compat, but it annoys me. I feel dirty, but I haven't got any other way of doing it.
Yeah, you shouldn't
but then, well, I will. I'll just download it illegally. But then they moan about that. It's like, well, what do you want?
We do not endorse this practice on the XBL Party Podcast.
Well
No,
done,
but
Redders.
sell either sell me them or do like re-release them. Don't be. You can't have your cake and eat it, Sony. You're just dickheads. Let us buy the games as well. Put it behind that. Put it behind that subscription, but then let me buy them as well.
As long as people keep letting them get away with this shit, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just gonna do it. People need to stand up. It only takes 3% to start a revolution. Apparently, I don't know. Right? Is there anything else you gents would like to talk about? I believe we're out of topics. But if you just want to shoot the shit for 5 minutes, let's shoot the shit for 5 minutes.
I'm sure Stubz wants to mention about the Gears news today.
Oh yeah, Stubz.
If you want to mention what it is, Redders,
have no
not
idea
Redders,
what it
Ginna.
Oh yeah, I do remember what it is. Go on, Jenna.
So the escape mode, which was fun for a few playthroughs, and then kind of all my mates went, "Nah, I'm done." But did bring us the awesome Hivebusters characters and led to the DLC. So thank you for that. Is in future retiring its map editor. So all the maps that have ever been made are getting retired, not just you can't make any more and the mode's being removed. They're getting rid of every map that people have made. But if you've never unlocked the achievements for making maps, and apparently there's quite a few of them, you're going to automatically unlock them if you've played Gears of 5 before now.
Yes! 3 achievements.
Yeah.
Slayer beyond that like a tramp on chips.
He will be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how they keep the audience happy. It's like, oh, they're removing everything, but you get free achievements. Ah, well, everything runs its course.
Not saying Rare should take note on that, since they got rid of the achievements from the arena after removing it, after saying we're working on a way so you can unlock them, and then so people didn't bother grinding the arena when they were shutting it down because they said they were working on it, and then like a week before they shut it down, they went, actually, we're getting rid of all those achievements and tough shit.
I think if they go to remove modes, they should automatically unlock all the achievements for that mode.
I don't even mind. They
Shouldn't
could. What
punish
they should
people.
do. Other games, they've actually changed what the unlock is. So it's like they just literally redo the achievement. It keeps the same slot. So if you've already unlocked it, you don't have to. But like, I can't remember what game it was, but it was literally like they changed like. Is it Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor, or War? They've switched the online servers off, so you couldn't do 2 of them. So they changed what you had to do in game.
That was
kept it sort of similar, but you could still unlock the achievement, so it didn't leave you with incomplete achievement score.
That was the first
Why
one.
can't all games do that? I don't care if they added it as another grindy thing in Sea of Thieves, like do this a bazillion times just so it's the same amount of grind, but you can't block achievements from people because you're shit and you made a crap mode, forced this mode on people that no one wanted, and then went, actually, we're getting rid of it now. Yeah. It's same as when Fable put that, there's an achievement behind Microsoft or Glass, or whatever it's called, tablet. You can't get those tablets. The app's switched off, so you can't actually get an achievement. Bullshit.
Yeah, I think if you're like, it's the same with Ubisoft. If you're going to shut the servers down and people can't access those achievements anymore, have it so that they pop for everybody. Like, there's nothing more infuriating as an achievement hunter than having a game you can't unlock the achievements for because the servers have gone down. Like, just give us that ability to unlock the achievements. I mean, it's also their side anyway, isn't it? So
it'd be like having an achievement for a game mode at launch, but then not putting that game mode into the game till 4 months after launch, putting it in for 1 week, hearing it's really popular and deciding to pull it again. And then announce it's coming in season 2 as a regular player because people like it so much.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't also put co-op achievements in, finish the campaign on co-op, and then just and that's the fucking logo for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, this Gears 5 map builder, it tells you a lot when I'm not even bothered. I don't really care. It was a nice idea, but it never really worked. The fan base never took to it. It never really pushed it. It's a nice idea. Hopefully they can do something in future games where they say you can do horde mode, a map build of horde mode, or a map build. So say this isn't an idea that's been done. I mean, you have the Halo. It's always been a big thing, Forge. So you can do multiplayer maps. So the Gears fans had never had that apart from PC, because PC you can mod, etc. You can do what you like on PC. What about a Gears Forge mode for actually the multiplayer maps? That'd be quite good, because you get a lot of the fan base rebuilding their version. You really would, because on PC there's a lot of modders on PC. Because I know a lot. I know people that do it. I'd look at the maps on the YouTube and pictures of it, and there is people out there willing to do it. If they just made a mode where you could say you could do horde maps, you could make horde maps, you could make multiplayer maps, you can make any maps you want to, just universe, and then I think that would have took off more rather than introduce a brand new mode and just make it specific to just that new mode. They should have made it multiplayer maps, King of the Hill, etc., and made it universal rather than just one new mode that they didn't know if it was going to work or not. But I think hopefully in Gears 6 they did, or whatever it's called, they do something like that. That's my thoughts.
Yeah,
it tells you a lot when if you read the comments, and a lot of the gamers ain't bothered. The Gears fans don't care. It says a lot.
Yeah,
it wasn't a very popular mode, was it? It was popular when it first came out for like a couple of weeks, and then it was repetitive. It was the same thing every time, so people just went off it. No matter how much you made your own maps and tried to jazz it up a bit, it was still the same thing. Or somebody would chuck loads of enemies in and make it ridiculously hard for a laugh. And that was it. That was kind of the only difference you had. The same boring thing you were doing, or it was really hard. It needs a full map editor, though. I think I used to play a lot of Gears 5 multiplayer. It's fantastic. I loved and you're probably going to hate me for this stuff, the Gear arcade mode I was really good at.
For God's sake, I hate that. I hope that never returns.
I'd get kills, unlock sniper rifle, and just pick off headshots all day, and then buy more ammo, headshots, buy more ammo.
Don't like arcade mode. Like hate it.
It was fun. What they did was they took Gears and put fun into it, and I like that.
No, the most fun you can have in Gears was when you play with Nasher gun only. That's the most fun.
OG Gears is still the best Gears multiplayer. Gears 2, they ruined it when they put the mortar in, so they could shoot you when you were in cover.
I can't comment.
You had to work as a team to flank. And then the second one, they were like, what if you could shoot a mortar and you could hit people in cover? And it's like, well, you're kind of ruining your own mechanic here, but sure, why not? Chuck it in.
I wasn't playing it back then. So I can't
then they
comment.
put the grenade in number 3 where it would burrow under and jump up behind cover and explode. And so, well, you've definitely ruined your own fucking mechanics now. So... But I loved OG Gears. I played so much of that on
dark, gritty, scary Gears.
I started
playing
that
now.
I started playing the campaign for the first time properly on a stream on this channel last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, last week.
It's fun, I never got into it when it came around. By the time I made it to Xbox 360, Gears and Halo were already well established, and I just never bothered to go back and play them. But I'm enjoying the campaign of the first game for sure. Don't like the multiplayer.
Do you think you're because the multiplayer is dead?
Not just that. I tried the multiplayer on Gears 4. I just can't get into it. I'm just shit at it. I think that's the problem.
It's not your fault. There's a high skill gap to playing it.
Yeah.
That's the problem, and it's quite toxic. It can be toxic. You may have got messages.
No, I never got messages. I'm just very shit at the game.
I don't like. I like Gears campaign. I hate the multiplayer by far. Like the versus multiplayer. It's not my type of multiplayer. It's like I say, there's some very hardcore people that have been playing a lot longer than I ever will, and they just destroy you continuously. You'll get hit with a grenade every single time, no matter where you are, and I'm like, mine just bounce off walls and go everywhere, no matter what I do. So
I've not played in a while.
That's what I'm at. I'm like, oh yeah, I got a shotgun. Okay, let's go around the corner. Boom, and I'm fucking dead. Oh, great.
Yeah, okay, well, nice. see when I play it. When I start to play it again, you might not I can like shoot the Nasher gun without even thinking. I run around, I'm not even thinking when I'm shooting it, and that's where the Gears players, the top end Gears players, they don't think. They don't need to. Well, they do think because they're obviously a high echelon, but a lot of Gears players just. And you'll see wall bouncing. I can kind of do wall bouncing as well.
That's what I can't do. I can do all the rest. I can Nasher with no aim, headshots with the active reload on the long shot on that. It's wall bouncing. I can't do it. That's the only bit I can't quite nail.
I'd always feel a sense of achievement when there's some guy thinking he's badass, blasting off the Lancer gun. I come from behind or come from bang, gone, one bullet, straight away gone. I thought you deserved that. Coming into King of the Hill with your Lancer gun.
Yeah, it's not for me. I've tried it.
That's fair enough. The game isn't big. The problem is it's hard to try and grow the game because of the way the fan base is and the way the game is. Effectively, you might. I hate to say it. You might need some kind of big battle royale mode. You probably could do a battle. I would love to see.
Could you imagine battle royale Gears?
Yeah, but I don't mean like Fortnite. I mean like a big team battle, say, where you could play as a Locust, and say you Redders, you could be the Brewmark, and you're going against the Marcus Phoenix, etc. That would be cool. That would be.
Yeah.
50-50, 1 life, 3 rounds. Something like that.
Yeah.
As long as you don't die, otherwise that's a lot of watching.
The problem that I have with it, and it's the same reason why I don't play COD multiplayer anymore. It's the same reason why I don't play FIFA anymore. I get stupidly competitive to the point where it makes me angry, and I don't like that feeling of feeling like I'm shit, but also feeling like I'm angry with it at the same time. That's just not a fun feeling for me. So I go out my way to not play those games now.
Get good.
Yeah, get good scrub. Exactly.
There's been a comment in chat about the problem with Gears is it's all about tournaments. Now, that is true, and that is a mistake Halo Infinite's making.
Yeah.
They're listening to too much to the esports players. This is what happened in Gears 5. They also listened to the esports players and cared more about what they wanted than the normal player.
Yeah, well, they did with Halo 5 and Halo Infinite.
I'd just like to point out that Gears no longer is in esports, it's out. So it's been dropped. It has.
That's cool.
That's because it's shit.
They've nerfed the nature, haven't they, on Halo Infinite, the Mauler, because the pros were complaining about it. And everyone was literally tweeting to scare a pro, share this image, we want to keep it. So, like, 99% of their player base is like, no, we like the weapon how it is. The pros are like, no, we don't like it. And then
and they should only play battle rifles with standard battle rifle, BR, if they're pros. Pro SWAT, that's all they should play if the pros.
They couldn't nerf the gun because of how Halo Infinite is made. So what they've done was, when this patch comes out, it's going to nerf your melee for all weapons in your hand, so that it takes 2 shots in a melee or 2 melees in a shot with that gun, but it'll slightly affect all other weapons. So your assault rifle will now take slightly more bullets before you can melee to kill them. So in reality, it hasn't really changed it much, because every other weapon is now going to take longer to kill, and then they're going to realize soon the time to kill is slightly out, and then the pros will be like, oh no, you need to make the battle rifle kill quicker. You're like, oh, there's a fix for that. We fucking was. And stop listening to you bellends.
That's the problem. I would have thought they'd noticed that mistake with Gears, but obviously they're not. So
yeah.
No. Also, my phone's died. I can't see chat anymore. But
they're all saying how much of a disappointment.
I apologise, Redders, for turning the podcast into a Gears of War conversation.
I don't mind. You chat away. I don't care.
You like Gears of War?
We have got some good news though. Xbox had its best ever March, or was it? Or something?
Yeah.
I was
It had massive numbers. It's selling better now than it did on any generation before. I mean, they haven't given full numbers, and
it was like 30 million, wasn't it? Is it 30 million they've sold now?
That's VG charts though, and that's about as accurate as a web fart.
I don't care about.
Greenberg tweeted it though, and a few other Xbox people they retweeted it, which means
but it doesn't mean it's true either.
Yeah,
they're just doing it for the likes.
Or they've always ignored them, even when it's saying they're doing well, and this is the only time they've actually retweeted them.
Yeah.
I would love to know the stats, because I was always dubious when they came out and said this is our biggest launch in history, and I still don't believe it.
Yeah.
I think it's a PR talk because we're in the pandemic. We couldn't produce many consoles, and they're claiming that it's the biggest launch in history. It's a good PR spin, but you'll never know the real numbers because they won't reveal them.
It wasn't much bigger than the biggest. It was just
wasn't
it was. If I remember correctly, it was like 20,000 more. It wasn't a huge amount, but it's still bigger.
Is the thing, right? It's cool.
That.
Yeah, it's cool. They've sold a lot of consoles, but it's irrelevant, and it's irrelevant to everybody because at the end of the day,
it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, it's like I said the other week on another podcast. I think it's this podcast. To be fair, I don't know whether I'm saying another podcast. It's like challenging Usain Bolt to a race, slashing his Achilles tendons, and then crossing the finish line before him, saying, "Yeah, won." No, it's irrelevant because PlayStation don't have the chips. If both of the consoles were going neck and neck, had the same amount of hardware available, and then PlayStation was Xbox was beating PlayStation, then let's talk about it. But at the moment, we're in the middle of a chip shortage. Microsoft is allegedly buying chips. So it's irrelevant.
Good on them, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is irrelevant. It is a very good business decision. But I think at the moment it's irrelevant whether they're selling,
it does happen
million.
in the phone world as well. It happens everywhere. This kind of paying more to try and get more. It's an all standard business practice. But
But also,
you find Redders that Jim Ryan said to investors last year they had enough chips to make 22 million consoles without fail.
Did he really say that? Did he really say that?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
And right at the end of the year, after the share price had shot up, he was like, "By the way, we're going to miss that target."
Yeah.
We've already secured enough to make them, but then we didn't.
This is information that doesn't concern gamers.
It's just nice to know that there's a lot of gamers out there and a lot of people are buying Xbox again.
Yeah,
especially after how bad Xbox One did.
Yeah.
But to be fair, right, the PS4 only it was a better console spec wise, but if they hadn't have slashed Xbox's Achilles with that fucking game share trailer video, we wouldn't have this that 1 minute video crippled Xbox, and I bet whoever did that video should have got a raise because it was so good.
Well,
it was ruthless. I'm surprised Xbox hasn't done something similar back recently.
Yeah, well, what makes me laugh is it's like
they do on Twitter
that as well, but it's also the Xbox One DRM.
Yeah,
that was a lot of it as well.
Yeah, but originally the PlayStation was going to have the same DRM, and then last minute they thought, "Fuck that, let's just change it." And
PlayStation
because let Xbox go first and fuck.
Yeah, but they
PlayStation made them jump.
But they do. That was the history at E3. PlayStation first. Xbox first, PlayStation last. So they can take notes, and if there's any issues or backlash, we better remove that from the show.
Yeah,
and that's what happened.
I don't think it's an overclocking chip problem, Muppet. I think it's a lack of chip issue. I think that the global pandemic, a lot of these factories got shut down for months. They just weren't able to produce them, and Microsoft is allegedly
can't.
Yeah, Microsoft is allegedly buying up stock before PlayStation can get there, and that's why.
It sounds like PlayStation had a better deal, like they'd already sort of got their orders in it early for launch in the last year, but then Microsoft have sort of gone like, "Fuck it, we're having everything else now," and the money hat in it going forward. And fair play to them. I mean, if you've got it, you've got to do it. Fight it. I don't think it matters. Like, people are online going, "You can't do that. That's not fair." It's business.
Business.
Yeah, it's like
it's not when they say it's a chip thing. It's not like it's the graphics card and Xbox and PlayStation using the same one, and they can only buy one. It's a semiconductor shortage. Yeah. It's affecting electric cars, electrical items, fridges, microwaves, games consoles. So it's not Sony competing with Microsoft for semiconductors. They're the only company in the world that use it.
No, exactly.
It's a most electronic company in the world.
It happens to be that Microsoft has more dollars than every other company out there, apart from maybe Apple. So those two are getting all the semiconductors, and everyone else is having to wait in line. So it's not when they're always like, "Oh, Microsoft's buying all the chips." Like, they're not buying chips; they're buying semiconductors. That's where the shortage is globally.
And there's a chance they've probably already ordered them for other departments, and they're just reallocating them because Microsoft make a lot of shit.
You got to remember as well, like everybody forgets, but Xbox were able to upgrade all their server blades to Series X hardware.
Yeah,
that's hardware that could have gone into retail units. So I mean, They're definitely on the in, aren't they? They're definitely doing something to get all.
Yeah.
Oh
these,
yeah. Well,
all
they've just launched xCloud in where, like Brazil and Thailand and all those sort of places. So they've got extra consoles to spare. So they're just laughing,
Yeah.
and and they're not even pumping games out at the moment. So they're double laughing at us at the moment.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
like-
They're
That's
dropping-
why there's no Halo Infinite maps. They've got
There you
all
go.
of they've got all of 343 making semiconductors in a factory somewhere. That's what they're done.
They
They're
weren't
like,
really
"You
on
fucked up
holiday."
Halo Infinite, you get in that warehouse,
Get in that
you
cave.
make those semiconductors, like whipping them and stuff. Yeah.
Certain Infinity think they're arriving to make a battle royale.
It's like that scene out of the first Iron Man. Isn't it? They got all of 343 in a cave, pulling apart all computers and trying to make semiconductors. Amazing. Right. So yeah,
That's it.
we're actually
about Gears then.
you what?
I think
don't know.
Stubz was going to say something in his window.
Oh right,
looked
yeah,
up.
go on, Stubz.
No, I wasn't.
Oh okay.
He's just breathing heavily into the
Yeah,
mic
that's
feature.
probably
It's
it,
like,
yeah. I'll move back now.
All this talk about
"One!"
all this talk of Gears has got him excited. That's what it is.
If you haven't seen the Halo Infinite TV series yet, when you come around to watch it, just remember that we warned you. Quan is the worst TV character in the history of TV.
It's true. We've been warning you for weeks.
Yeah, you can watch all the reviews on the channel.
Yeah,
Also, watch Moon Knight. It's excellent.
it is excellent. It's fantastic. Another episode of that will be coming on Sunday, I believe. And we also have episode 6 to record this week as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel to catch our reviews for those shows. That pretty much brings us to the end of the podcast. Before we shoot off, Stubz Gaming, let the world know where we can find you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been fun.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, sorry about turning it into a Gears of War thing, because that will be put up on Midweek Gaming tomorrow.
As long as we're talking about
You
games.
couldn't help it. You couldn't help not bring Gears of War. I could be like, no, Ginna brought up some news that included Gears. But no, thanks for having me on.
You're
You
more
can
welcome.
find me at the Stubz Gaming channel. Midweek Gaming's every Wednesday, 5 PM EST and 10 PM British Summer Time. I've got a guest on Friday, 5 PM EST, 10 PM British Summer Time. I've got Ace Walker from GameOnDaily.com
Oh, nice.
for a Stubzcast interview, so that should be fun. Find about how he got into gaming, how they started the website, and much more. So it should be an interesting insight into a gaming website. So and how he got into it all should be fun. But yeah, thanks for having me on. It's much appreciated.
No worries, man. More than welcome. So yeah, you can catch TheGinna and Ash and myself on the Xbox Live Party Podcast channel. You can also find our details in this description of this video. And don't forget to check out the website, because Ash puts a lot of time and effort into it. You can find it down here right at the bottom of this video. But yeah, that pretty much sums up tonight's episode. This has been the Xbox Live Party Podcast. I've been your host, ReddersTV. All the best, happy gaming, and we will see you next week.
Thanks. See ya.
Fun.
Come on.